Hi, I'm Merle Blainer.
And I'm Stu Blainer.
And this is the Blainer Brothers Relaxation
Quarter Hour.
Today, we are going to talk about letting go of the past and enjoying life in the present.
Say, Merle?
Yes, Stu?
What do you like to do to enjoy life in the present?
Well, Stu, I like to relax and enjoy life by playing a quick round of mini-golf.
Do you ever think about what if they made mini-golf bigger? They could call it golf.
That sounds fun, Stu. Sounds very fun.
Picture yourself in the woods. You're digging a grave, but not a normal grave. You're digging a mass grave. You're doing this because you've decided to let go of the past. And in order to let go of the past, you had to murder a lot of people. Flashback to 2 nights ago, when you first made this decision. You're at the bar with Loose Tie Terrence, Big Shoes Billy, Runny Nose Ron, and the boss, Tommy 10 Fingers. He's got 10 fingers, and he won't stop bragging about it. You're all there. You're practically kings of this bar. You're kings of this town. You run things because organized crime pays very well. But there's a problem. You don't have a nickname of your own. You've tried to ignore it. Hey, they'll give me one eventually, you thought. But it just hasn't happened. You've even tried baiting them into it. You got really into Sudoku for a while, in the hopes they'd start calling you Sudoku Sal. For a month, you spoke only in Seinfeld quotes, hoping they'd maybe start calling you Seinfeld Sal. One time, for an entire year, you started all of your sentences with "ain't for nothing," but in the hopes they might call you "ain't for nothing Sal." But nothing ever took. This bothered you, and you couldn't live with it anymore. So you decided that you had to let go of the past.
The first step of letting go of the past is reaching out for help. It's very difficult to do this all by yourself, so you must seek out assistance. Naturally, you called the Yakuza, a stealthy group of Japanese gang members who have been beefing with your gang for generations. You realize that you can't murder the entire Mafia yourself, and the Yakuza were game. You provided them with guns and knives and even a large salad covered in your world-famous salami. Heck, they could have even called you Salty Meat Sal. But that's in the past now. you are taking matters into your own hands and the hands of the Yakuza. You brief the leader of the Yakuza on all the members of the Mafia and where you might find them. You tell them that Arnie 8-Ball will most likely be in the pool hall. Video game playing Giuseppe will be hanging out at the arcade. And twins 2% Teddy and Skim Milk Sal brushing their prize-winning milk cows. With all this information that you have passed on to your once rival gang, but now support group, you are ready to move on in the healing process.
After the Yakuza had cleaned up your problem, you found that you still weren't content. Sure, all of your gang members, your former gang members, were dead, but you hadn't really let go of the past yet. This is a common problem. In order to let go of the past, you must first forgive yourself and forgive others. So as you dig that mass grave, picture yourself speaking out into the cold forest air. I forgive you, me. I forgive you, Big Shoes Billy. And most of all, I forgive you, Mother and Father, for giving me a name that's so difficult to turn into a nickname. I mean, that must be the reason why I haven't gotten one yet, right? You turn toward Daisuke-san, the Yakuza member who has been delivering the bodies. If you had to give me a nickname, what would you pick? He doesn't respond. They chose a body delivery man who doesn't speak English intentionally. Otherwise, you may get offended when they fail to give you an appropriate nickname, and you may end up hiring another gang to go after them. The Yakuza look ahead, which is something you would do well to take note of. Looking towards the future is another technique you can use to let go of the past.
You're on your way to spiritual relaxation by letting go of the past. Everything has fallen into place, including the first few bodies in your mass grave. But something goes wrong. You hear a sharp crackling through the woods. You turn around, and in the distance you see a shadowy figure limping towards you. You start to panic. Daisuke-san does not, for he is night blind. You panic. And as the shadowy figure approaches, you realize who it is. And you can tell by the silhouette of 10 fingers. It's the boss. He eluded the Yakuza and he's coming for you. You pull out your gun and point it at Tommy, 10 fingers. He holds up his hands in surrender, but you think he's flaunting his abundance of digits. "Hey, you, Sal," he says in a wavering voice. "Why are you doing this? What's the matter with you?" You look at him in the eyes. You look at all of his fingers, each adorned with a gold ring. You smile coyly and say, "What did you call me?" And he says, "Sal, that's your name. Just Sal." You fire the gun, and it hits Tommy square in the chest. As he collapses, you realize that maybe for the first time ever, someone was trying to attempt to give you a nickname. Just Sal.
Daisuke-san wastes no time dragging the body towards the grave. As you pick the shovel back up and continue digging. You've always liked digging graves, and that's the most important aspect of letting go of the past. Focusing on the present in finding joy in activities you can do right now. Feel the shovel push into the earth, pick up the dirt, and lift it out. That's what life is about. It's not about nicknames or hanging on to the past. It's about this very moment. And that's why you call yourself Singular Moment Sal.
Wow, Stu. That really makes me think about the past and how I can forget it. Say, Stu?
Yeah, Merle?
Did you ever have any bullies growing up?
I had one bully. It was grandmother. But eventually I worked up the courage to stand up to her, and now we're good friends.
Thank you for listening to the Blainer Brothers Relaxation Quarter Hour. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast and follow us on Twitter @Blainer Brothers. Until next time.